I'll get started here. So I did find two items that I thought we should probably address. They're both minor. Well, one's minor. This one is that I didn't see the cert manager -issue or the email parameter in values.yaml. So we should probably add it. It's a pretty common requirement. And so if you aren't using the -set stuff, it should probably be in there. The other one was I saw the behavior where, actually you can probably still see it. So here's my instance. If I happen to here, I get a pre-populated list of frequently visited sites or projects, of which none of them exist.
How is that possible?
I think that's actually a local browser cache thing. That is not the running installation.
I mean, I
Yay,
guess.
cookies.
But like, how? I mean,
I don't.
We're gonna have to ask the front end. That is literally not a part of the code. Because if you Control-Shift-N and log in, it will magically not be there.
Yeah, Josh, try it because I'm like dying as well to find out because that makes little sense.
let me go dig up the root password here. Huh. That's weird.
Wow. Okay,
Voila.
we need to report this. This is ridiculous.
Interesting. Well, thanks. There was that. Also had an issue with trying to get Mailgun to properly recognize VDNS names. These do exist, by the way. I can, if you really care, I can show you. So for example, here is my text records. Here is my MX records. They are both there. This thing, as of even from yesterday, is still saying they aren't there. And so whatever, I was unable to test SMTP after giving them my credit card, which is sort of annoying.
That's interesting because I didn't have to set those records at all to make it work.
Really?
Really?
I guess
I went straight through the dev sandbox behaviors. So.
I probably could try that as well. I was going to try and actually set up the real thing. I guess you don't. Yeah, it's good. It says they require to send email, but I guess you probably used this thing.
Yeah, we were using just the authorized recipients.
Gotcha. Cool. So those are the two things that I noticed that I was having problems with. I am attempting to run GitLab QA. I have a Mac and was getting weird errors on my Mac, so I thought I would go ahead and set this up on a brand new Linux box. We have an issue open. Well, actually, not for this one. So I'm getting some deploy key issues. Got a weird GitLab runner problem. I'm not convinced these are actually real problems.
I think we have the same type of issues in our pipelines.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them tend to be little weird transient errors that go away on the next run. We're not really certain what's happening.
Nice. Those are the best kind of errors. All right, so that's that. So GitLab QA is running. What was the other item? Oh, yeah, so I guess we can proceed. I am running nightly, by the way. So if I hop back to my fun little console here and do like a kubectl describe, say like the sidekick pod, if it's still there, which it is. So these are running latest. The lifetimes on all of these are an hour because I had to, my mistake I made setting this up was I had an old version of Cert Manager, and when I just did a git pull, it did not, of course, update the Cert Manager dependency, and so I was getting fun, strange Cert Manager errors. Finally traced that back to the fact that we are set up to use a later version of Cert Manager now, and I saw the old one. So after doing a dev update, uninstalling, reinstalling everything, it came back up as expected. So that was good. And so I have recent lifetimes. And so in theory, I should have, I believe, the latest masters as of yesterday after we merged the project creation stuff. Okay, so let's go back to the demo preparation. Yeah, I'll say, well, prep is completed, GitLab K is running, oh, I already am in the latest version because I just had to re-update it.
Yeah, that was the point, right? Install a stable version and then upgrade to something latest. Right, so maybe, you know, like install from charts GitLab.io and then
Switch
upgrade
over.
to nightly or switch over to the later one or something like that. Because those are usually giving us quite enough material to work with.
Okay, I can certainly try and do that again. Change the default theme. I'm actually not sure I've done that before. Is that here?
No, the point is changing the default theme in the config. So if you click on the link, you'll see that there is a config option. So you need to apply that config option.
Default theme 1. Okay, so I go back here. I try to remember where I had my values.yaml. That would be in GitLab. So is there a default theme? No. All right, so I need to go find where this would go.
I actually just saw it on your screen a second ago. I think if you search without the underscore, you might have better luck.
Yeah, it should be underneath global app config, second item.
Thanks.
Yes, but this is a problem, right? You guys know that it's there. How do I know it's there?
Yeah, just for reference.
Is this not documented?
It's here.
That's my question. That's my question.
Yeah, it's documented in the globals, I think now.
Right. That's what I mean. Is it not documented? Period.
Or the command line options, I mean.
All right, let's check that out, Josh.
Oh, I'm in the wrong place here. Docs.
Charts. Global.
We are here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but how did you get there?
Yeah, that's the other challenge. I'm not sure how you get to the globals dot markdown. I guess it's not here, which means you have to get to the charts directory.
Okay, so we might have just a missing linking, like proper linking and maybe proper description because.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of would have to know what you're looking for. I think.
Exactly. All right, I'll write it down.
Should probably linked over from the advanced configuration because we're probably likely to go over there next.
No. I don't think this is really an advanced configuration because you're not changing any real default behavior. You're just setting a one value.
Well,
this is user configuration. Yeah.
Yeah, I just mean like you're planning to go into installation, right? And you're going to do installation, and then your next thing is probably going to be like, oh, if the thing I need is an installation, it's probably under this advanced thing. Would be my thought process. Just.
Okay, sure, but advanced configuration is
what the word for actual charts is, right? So when you go to that right there, we should then not advanced.
So this is like installation configuration or something. This is like. Right. I mean, this is how your database, your persistent volume, your storage, and this is like application Oh, there's actually a mixture in here, right?
Right, there is a mixture in there. So we should make sure that we try to map what people are used to in GitLab so far to what we are saying here, right? Like no one needs to know that it's under unicorn chart or wherever it is, right? They need to know that it's from GitLab YAML configuration that you have all over the documentation, right? You map it like this and you find it there. I'll write it down in our doc.
I lost my, oh, it's back here somewhere. So we're gonna change it to something to dark. Upgrade. Okay. That is causing the registry to reinit, Sidekick to reinit, as well as Unicorn and an issuer.
I think we have the registry. We have that problem we have for a while now, right? Like every time we change something in Unicorn configuration, the registry gets reloaded. That's at least what I've observed.
That's actually because we're not specifying the HTTP secret for it, and it's automatically regenerating it. In other words, guess what needs moved to a secret?
Yeah, that's one we should fix. And then Sidekick and Unicorn is because the settings actually in those charts.
For both of them.
And then Issuer, it's because its job is actually to create the issuer if it doesn't exist, but the Helm part of it doesn't know that. So it actually runs a check to see if it exists and then updates it.
Waiting for my new deployment to come up because I imagine right now it'll be flip-flopping between the two of them. Well, I guess the new one isn't there yet. So yeah, we're still blue.
Yeah, you'll actually have to create a new user because this is just the default theme. So it'll be what is used for new users.
Everyone knows my super secret email address.
Right. It's not like it's published on our site or anything.
Is it?
Which I'm not going to say where it is.
Blue.
Somewhere on our site and obvious.
Probably because we're still waiting for the new deployment to actually finish. Oh, we have one of them running now.
Wait, what happened? You couldn't create something, or?
I created a user, but it's still an old default theme because, again, likely because these are still coming up, right? And so I didn't get bounced to the one that was running. I have to wait until they all shut down.
Yeah. That slow booting is problematic.
It's not even that it's slow booting. It's booting and turning the old one off. So the introduction of the V1 beta 2 or V2 beta 1 with the application caused the automatic rolling upgrade behaviors, which results in this.
Well, to some degree, you want the automatic upgrade rolling behaviors, right? Like that's a good thing.
I'm not knocking that. I'm telling you that's why it still worked, but it went elsewhere. It went to an old container because the old container was still running because the new one hadn't finished yet. Whereas in the past, it would have just shut the old one down and started the new one up, and we'd have waited for that gap in between. So yeah, boot up time's a problem. No, that's not quite why we saw it this time.
Yeah, you should be good now to create another user to try it.
If it's terminating, it's
yeah. The moment it's no longer running, it'll be out of the load balancer basically.
Still okay.
Well, it's still running, but the moment the status changes to be something else, even though the container's still running, yeah, the service will no longer serve it.
That won't work. You need
Unique email addresses.
Different email. So plus something. Just do Joshua plus. Oh yeah.
now red, which is not what I expected, actually.
Yeah, the numeric indexes are not in order when you look at them inside the UI, just so you know.
I set 9. I would have thought I would have gotten dark.
Huh.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that doesn't quite align.
Guessing here?
Well, yeah, I mean, the simple answer is change it to 5 and see if it comes out green. If it comes out black, we know. But I don't think we need to do that as part of the demo.
Agreed. Yeah, we can. All right.
Why is 9
So
not 9?
now I need to go to the console and delete a node. Whoop. I only have one node, so this will be fun.
You only have one node?
Yeah, I made one node cluster.
I
How
mean,
big is it
yeah, exactly.
for curiosity purposes?
Also, I mean, I don't know what we can expect, you know, when you delete the only node you have, right? Like, there is only one way this can go.
Yeah. We're at 72% of CPU. This is actually a 4 CPU node, so that's not terrible
With how much
for
RAM?
our defaults. RAM, I think, is 16 gigs.
You could increase the node pool first if you wanted, I guess.
Yeah.
But you'll still end up with downtime, but it'll just recover a little faster than otherwise, I think, maybe.
Because it's not balanced. Although I wonder, it's actually an interesting test. I wonder if it'll rebalance the nodes because of the affinities, the pods. Let me pin this too.
Yeah, 15 gigs of memory and 4 CPU. That'll run GitLab.
Not if you delete the node.
No. I mean, the manager instance will technically still be around somewhere because GKE. So
It'll come back up,
I mean,
for sure.
it'll come back up eventually once you add a new node. You're kind of chucking redundancy out the window, though. I mean,
all right, so let's scale it up.
I guess that's one way to check resiliency without having to worry about whether or not you're checking redundancy by accident.
Yeah, that's the only thing we could have tried. But
I think you might have to go down on that page and still hit save.
did I not hit save?
I think there's 2 saves. There's multiple saves, I think.
I thought I hit saves.
No.
Yeah, it's applying.
Oh, okay. Ignore me then.
I mean, in the meantime, you can, I think, continue through
Coming
the
up.
demo scorecard.
Emails, and I had a heck of a time trying to get, well, maybe we can actually provision Mailgun. So let's just use the, this thing. So you have to add recipients. So let's add me. All right, now I need to go to my email. If I can find where my email went. There it is. I would love to receive emails from Mailgun. All right. We're ready. Is it rebalancing? No.
Not until those pods restart, I think.
The affinity stuff won't, or anti-affinity won't cause it to like realize. All right, cool. So let's delete the other node. I guess the question now is which node do we delete?
Well, we'll have downtime, right?
Yeah,
This.
I mean,
It's
if you really want to care,
if you added 3 nodes, then it would we would be able to test this again. But now, if you delete 1, it's just going to reschedule to the next one, and we won't be able to see how the rest behaves, right?
What do you mean?
So if you delete 1 node,
yeah,
right, it will just reschedule everything on the one that is up.
Sure. And if I had 3 nodes, it would do something different.
Yeah, it will. It should be stretching it out across 2
balancing.
nodes. Yeah, balancing. Thank you. That's the word.
I would first do the kubectl describe nodes and find out which one has all the load.
Well, it's the
If
older
it's
one.
all on one node, then we need
Yeah.
to force it to balance elsewhere and then nuke one of the nodes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be on all the older one, right?
Not necessarily, because depending on the built-in default policy, it may have already gone, oh, I have a whole other node. Let me try and balance a little bit of this off.
Nah, like if you look at the pod lifetimes, right? They've all been around for a while.
Yeah, I don't think that will change.
So let's just start deleting stuff.
Do GitLab Postgres one.
Yeah. Just for fun.
I think it's gonna go pretty bad, but let's see.
Well, should we do that later? Because there's only one of those, right?
Yes, that's why I'm saying it. But let's do it
There is
later.
only one, but it does have it's got a dynamic PVC, so you're not killing the deployment, you're killing the pod. It should bring everything back.
All right, so
We'll just watch a whole bunch of stuff barf in the meantime.
All right, let's get that guy going. Actually, no, I should just finish the configuration of SMTP and then apply that. Oop, I'm in the wrong window. Okay, so SQL. True. How do you set, oh, people can see my last purchase of my credit card. Sweet. All right, so where is the credentials for, have folks set this up before? DJ, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry. There should be a mailbox or a sandbox section that gives you details on it. There should be like a postmaster at address that's your username, and it should also, if you click in, it should show you the password.
Postmaster address. Manage SMTP credentials. So I see the login, which is that. And here's what I'm looking at. Oh, that little gear is probably what's going to give me the password.
Yeah, actually, if you could just go back a page, it'll be right there. It'll say default password, 2 lines down.
Back a page?
Yeah, so if you go to domains sandbox, and you're currently at domains sandbox SMTP something.
I don't see a domain sandbox. I see domain sandbox, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Oh, got it. I see it. Yeah, I see it. Thanks. All right, and then the authentication is that. I find where the my SMTP document. Oh, here it is. All right. So is it plain, I guess, for, and then we probably want to do start TLS auto to true.
We're not seeing anything on your screen, so
I'm trying
it's a
not
bit
to show
difficult.
my password and stuff, but I guess we can just delete the, whatever. We'll just do it this way. You can just delete the sandbox.
Yep.
All right. So the question then is
Is that the name of your secret that you put in the password field, or is that your?
good. Thank you for that.
It's why you don't have to show us the password, because it's in a secret.
We'll just do this. Create secret default or something. Well, let's not get too. I can test this later. Let's not get too hung up on
Create
this.
secret generic.
Yeah.
But I mean, it still is pointing out to a problem. Like email should be super clearly documented, right? Like we have a list of things you can set, but we need examples like we do for Omnibus, right? At least one basic one, and then we'll ask people to add more.
Right. We've had one person asking about seeing the examples of how to actually create the secret for the fog configs. So, yeah.
All right. So the note, they've been sort of balanced. We only have one Giddily pod, so that's just sort of gonna just be Giddily. Plus they aren't resilient anyways, or redundant anyways, rather I should say. So I think we're okay. Melee only has one anyways as well. So the rest of them, Redis is only one. So yeah, all right, let's go delete a node.
It'd be nice if it was easier to find out which node a particular pod was on.
I think you can because they're named, right? Oh,
No,
okay. I got you.
Yeah, I'm saying I wish it were easier to find out. I know that you can. That's not the point.
Yeah. So I'm going to delete the one with more stuff on it because that'll be more fun, which is this guy. And this guy is VKV0. All right. Sure. While we're doing that, let's create secret generic. That's not helpful. All right, cool. So we can do hopefully from literal equals, so we want to have like say
Password.
yeah, equals this thing. Oh. Cool. Let's see how we're doing on nodes. Not ready. Still deleting. I think we're still totally running here. I don't see I shut down anything. Yeah, because the lifetimes aren't long enough or not short enough, I think. The auto scaling is still wacky though. I think there's an issue open on that though. You opened, Jason, but you walked off. We're at the top of the hour. Let me just see if we can go back to. All right, yeah, and the other fun settings.
I muted Jason because there was a lot of static I heard, but I will have to drop out of this call because I need
Okay.
to attend the next one. You feel free to continue, and I'll check out the recording later.
Sure. Thanks.
Thanks.
Sorry about that chirping. I wandered out of range of the mic for a second.
No worries. I'm trying to figure out. What the start TLS authentication and OpenSSL verify mode should be. Should these be the default, do you think?
The default worked for me.
Yeah, I know that. So the defaults were actually set up specifically for Mailgun, so I know they work, but it'd be interesting to know where to find that documentation.
Yeah.
Effectively, that documentation is in the SMTP configuration in the omnibus.
Well, I was thinking even it would be interesting if Mailgun had that information as well somewhere. But I'm sure they do somewhere.
We're still trying to kill off the other node, it seems like. Oh, wait, nope. You maybe have a new one now? Yes. So these all rebalanced? Oh, no, here we go. I'm not sure how I'm going to be initializing with a lifetime of 20 minutes. Let's see what happens if we go
If the
kind of
pod, remember though, if the pod could have a lifetime of 20 minutes, but it's been restarted 10 times, but it looks like 0.
Yeah, I mean, this is starting on the fresh pod. All right,
Yeah, it
so
doesn't go any-
Postgres is also starting, which is probably why nothing is working.
Yes, that's actually probably the big fat reason.
Yeah.
Because everything else is going to be sitting there spinning, trying to see whether or not Postgres is up. And the way that the dependency container checks for Postgres is complex.
It's not complex. It's just slow.
No, it's slow. And then if you actually read the behavior of how we're doing it with the Rails-based behavior, it's actually more complex than it looks.
Oh, well, we got a 500 back from the Unicorn, which is cool.
Is that from Unicorn or is that from Workhorse?
Oh, you're correct. That could be Workhorse. I'm not sure it really matters until the database is up. I don't want to do a Helm upgrade right now because I'm afraid it's going to alter our results here to apply the SMTP settings. Ooh, it's taking a while to start. It's probably, oh, it's a new node. It says repoll all the images.
Oh, and in reference to the SMTP settings, by the way, when you're looking at the SMTP credentials, on the right-hand side, it says SMTP settings. Here's the servers. Here's the ports, SSL or not. It's all right there on the right-hand side.
Where?
In Mailgun, when you go to the domain and then hit SMTP
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
credentials, on the right-hand side, it actually tells you use these 2 ports and use this one if you're using SSL and da-da-da-da-da.
But that's not what I configured, though.
Any of those 3 work.
But ours is like 2.5 something else. Here. I thought. Yeah, 2.5.2.5.
Yeah, so that one is a special Mailgun port.
That's undocumented on our SMTP server settings page.
It's documented somewhere, and it's specifically because some providers, such as the one we're on, Google, doesn't allow SMTP outgoing from these nodes through those other ports.
All right. I'm sorry, database up and running. Yes. Let's refresh. Hey, it worked. By the way, I forgot to mention that templates are still broken. Small detail.
Do you know if other imports work yet? I haven't checked to make sure that it's made it into the EE image yet, but
I haven't tried.
because if imports are working and templates are not, then we'll have to raise that.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother problem. Because they were supposed to have been using the same logic in the background, and we've magically broken it so they're using separate logic.
That would be sad. So yes, this will fail. It just times out. I guess what I need to do is I need to go export a project to get an export out of here.
Yeah, or you could export from your running instance as well.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter where you get an export. You just need the export that's in the format that we generate.
Oh, lovely. I love email links.
Well, if you wait long enough, there'll be a button right there. But
All right. So we got an export. This is going to sit here and do nothing. So this makes no sense to me, a manifest file.
yeah, that's long story. It's something else. You don't want that.
Yeah, but what is it?
It has to do with probably Maven or even Android.
Do we even tell you any of this stuff? What do we tell you?
This is
Oh,
distraction.
this is,
yeah.
I was just curious.
GitLab export.
I don't have anything sensitive in my downloads folder, but sometimes you don't really know. All right, importing.
Well, the good news is it looks consistent.
Yeah. If you watch the logs from the pod,
The question is which one?
just the
It'll
whole,
be
not the pod, the deployment. Just
Sorry?
you should be able to watch the logs from the deployment.
Logs. Really? So that would be Sidekick?
GitLab. Yeah, there'd be Sidekick, and there would possibly be.
How do you get logs from a deployment?
Oh, it decided to be annoying today. I did it the other day. I don't remember how I did it. Yeah, just pull it from the pod.
You can do it from the stack driver UI, the deployment in this Google dashboard will let you do it.
Cheater.
It may have been where my brain was thinking I was getting that from.
No, like if you just go into the deployment from the Google API.
There's gonna be like 50,000 workloads though.
Well, that's what filtering is for.
Yeah,
Their filtering is so slow though.
it is.
And then it moves on you. That's the painful thing.
It's not even that it's like so slow. It's that it's so annoying. Like you can't put in chains and hit enter. It's like cluster : part of your name, enter, wait. Name : part of the pod, wait.
Yeah, then there's a container logs link a little bit down on this page.
Jeez.
The nice part is it does show you what the query would be if you were directly hooked to Stackdriver.
No logs? Well, it's definitely not working, that's for sure. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way because Stackdriver apparently doesn't want to be cooperative. Oh. Unable to decompress blah into blah. That looks relevant. It's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, it says no such file or directory, which I think is the same error we were seeing before. So we'll have to check. It may be that the change didn't yet make it into this image.
Yeah,
or maybe
what's
the CNG images didn't build successfully or something. We'll have to take a look.
Yeah, what's the path that it's describing? Shared temp project exports, uploads. Okay. It looks like that path hasn't been altered at all.
Of course, I guess we already did the opt-in, so that should have already been done.
I didn't do any opt-ins of the GDPR.
Yeah.
We have it written into the containers now.
Yeah, we're actually doing the Rails option set. So we're setting the feature flag specifically. Well,
for direct object storage. I got you. I'm sorry. I thought you were only the GDPR stuff, and I was like, wait, what? I did not see a GDPR opt-in. That's coming. The reason why I'm asking is there's like 50 emails on that topic.
Okay,
Oh,
never seen an email, so.
Look at that. That's cool. I like that we report the Helm upgrade. All right, let's see if SMTP works. How do we check this GitLab doc? No, let's do it this way. Pipelines did run 3 hours ago. So then the question is, is it project import was the one that?
All right, let's go confirm that the CNG image is actually built.
I thought I did, right? I looked at the pipelines. Master?
Yeah, I guess probably the 9 hours ago one. But it built as well.
Always green.
Yep.
Where's a day ago? Into master.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of if it's been merged into EE.
That's true.
Created failures in the master upstream. Okay.
Oh, and it's also been reverted.
Yes.
Rorpsh?
That's not so much fun.
Well, we know it doesn't work yet, but the code's there once it gets successfully merged across the 2 branches. So.
Someone working on this?
Not quite.
James Lopez on vacation, still working. It's been approved.
Yeah, so it was merged an hour ago. Is this EE? Yeah, it is EE. But I think it was 9 hours ago that the images were run. So it's not in yet.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was also merged into the CE to EE branch and not directly into master.
I have to wait until that thing gets merged.
Yeah.
Well,
Which it may
happened
also
today.
be merged. I'm not sure. Yep. Yeah. By Monday, we should be able to test it again. But yeah, we'll want to make sure. Yeah, once we make sure import works, we'll want to make sure that separately the template create from template works.
Although this one got merged into master, right? This is the CE. Oh, this is the CE version of it, apparently. Anyways, whatever.
Right. Unless you want to redeploy with CE images.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we should hopefully have SMTP running. I need to sign out and sign back in as someone with a valid email address. Okay. I guess the question is, how can I guess I'll just export a project, and in theory, that should email me.
Yeah.
But I don't own any of these projects, and so I don't think I can export them. Oh, I can try and export this one, which is empty. I didn't create it. Let's make a new project. Let's make it blank with the README, because why not?
Yay, README worked.
I'm doubting this will work just because I feel like I probably messed up those settings. That would have been sent from a unicorn.
No, from Sidekick.
Seems like it worked. Haven't gotten it yet. Oh, lovely. All right, outgoing one. So that was good. I didn't get it though.
Yeah. Email is not instant protocol.
You can check the logs to see. Oh, they don't have any. Oh, there you go.
Ah. Well, there we go. We didn't do DMARC yet. But it worked. If my domain was set up correctly, I think.
Right. I think it's because your from email address is not the email address of the sender. So you tried to deliver to GitLab.com from GitLab.com from an unauthenticated SMTP server. So it kind of barfed at you. So it did try to send it. We actually hit mark correct security problems.
Cool, that worked. All right, so SMTP worked. That's cool. We probably need to make it a little easier to configure, or at least link to the documentation over in GitLab Omnibus or CE. What else? What else was I to do? Oh, I've not tried pushing an image. Works.
Can you upload a custom header logo to a project?
I can certainly try. Oops. Is that under project?
Yep, we're setting a project avatar. This should work. And I think custom header logo is the system-wide one. But they're effectively bound together.
Cool, that worked.
Okay, so let's try. I don't know if you're
logging as the root.
Yeah.
Since we're just gonna just give away all the passwords.
Not a temporary instance, anyways. It'll be nuked.
Settings.
It's in appearance, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Which was on the sidebar right above settings.
Yep, that's the header logo.
I don't have a 32 by 32. Let's just set this to, why not?
Yeah, it looks like it's still broken.
Yep, looks like it is. I'll bet you if you pulled up the source for that it would show like the internal min.io. Yep.
Yes.
It's still showing the internal endpoint instead of the external URL. Mm-hmm.
Is there an issue for that?
Yes, there's an issue for that. I don't know its current priority.
Yeah, I think it's scheduled, but I don't know if it was scheduled for .2 or .3.
Is there a corresponding issue in our?
Yeah, there should be a corresponding.
There is, yeah. There's a user raised issue, and then I raised the issue over in CE, and then they realized that they're using a URL compiler that is not matching the rest of the syntax for some reason, so they have to fix that.
Closed. Oh, move to E. Oh, it's an EE only feature.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not scheduled.
Oh.
Yeah, looks like I'll bring this up with Marn on Monday again, because it looked like we were expecting it to be fixed for this month, but it hasn't been scheduled. So, because it looked like we wanted it for GA.
Wait, are we GAing in August?
That was the optimistic plan.
Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking we're GAing in September, and I'm like, We're going to GA while we're all on planes to South Africa. What?
Well, it obviously depends on where we're at, but I don't think this blocks. I don't think a header upload will block GA.
No, I don't think this will block GA specifically. I just thought we had a little more time. That's all.
Yeah.
If we're seriously down to 18 days, Papa needs stronger coffee.
No, it works pretty well. I was a little worried with the cert manager thing, but it ended up being my problem, not Short's problem with an old dependency. So
Yeah.
I guess reply by email is the other one that's
You've
sort of
gotten past.
pending.
So
If open and pending, if reply by email doesn't get in, that's probably a problem.
yeah.
Oh, I think it'll get in.
Yeah, it looks pretty close. It just some refinement needs to be done to that, and some of the settings and the way things are done. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of. It'd be nice if this wasn't broke, but very few. Oh God, that's broke. But reply by email is one of those. Yeah, that kind of has to work.
Cool. Okay. The best feature of Safari is the undo close tab. Just saying, by the way.
Control Shift T in Chrome.
Oh. But just Command Z is just so much easier. Anyways, I think we can wrap this up. We're at the top of the hour, anyways. I will. What left do I have to do here? I will try Git and pushing an image, as well as importing, say, out of DevOps. Well, that's a harder challenge, actually. Actually, I didn't try export.
You did.
Well, you kind of did, didn't you?
You did, because it emails you when you hit export.
It did, but does the email work? The download link?
Oh, you can go back
to
to the expert page and see, I guess.
Yes, go back to the project.
This
Go back
thing's still incorrect, by the way.
This is a UI.
But it's still wrong.
I know. It's a local cache problem, okay?
Why isn't it updating?
Because we're not telling it to, we're not giving it, my unique ID of this install has changed. So it doesn't know that it's changed. You're at the same URL, so the same cookies apply, so the same content exists. Therefore, boom.
I need to go into settings, general, right?
Mm-hmm. And expand export. Nice little button for download.
Got it downloaded. Yay, okay, that worked. Cool. I'll test these later. Awesome, thanks everyone. Sorry, I forgot to start off with the master, release version before jumping to the master, but I was a little overexcited to try the project template stuff. All right, thanks everyone. See you soon.